everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Ed.omni. As we have already discussed in the introduction class, we are going to be discussing about one new profession every day, the terms that are concerned with that, the vocabulary, the roots, the language through which they have come, and how we can apply those words in our day-to-day life to get new words out of them. I already told you that I am not going to let you mug up a number of words altogether like a rote method. What we are going to do is we are going to apply a simple technique by which we can remember more number of words without much efforts. With simple tricks, with simple techniques, we are going to learn more number of words. So in today's class, we are going to be discussing about a very great profession, the terms that are concerned with that profession, various specializations in that profession, and especially during this pandemic, the profession, as always, has gained a lot of reputation. Yes, if your guess is right, we are going to be discussing about various specializations in the field of medicine. Yes, we are going to be discussing about various terms that are included in the field of medicine. So, few people might be thinking that how is it going to be useful for me? How am I going to make use of this? I am from the field of accounting, or someone may say I am a teacher, or someone may say I am a mathematical teacher, or I am a student of physics or something else. How is this going to be useful for me? Means the vocabulary that we use here, it can be used in our day-to-day life also. If you are a very well-educated person, and if you go to a hospital and if you are unable to understand the term, someone says you should meet a cardiologist, and if you don't know who is a cardiologist and what is cardiology, it is going to be a laughable thing. So we don't want to be exposed to such kind of things. So here, if you are ready, let's make a quick move to learn about various words that are used and their explanations, their derivatives, their roots, various aspects of all this. The first thing that we are going to discuss, the first profession is, let's give some importance, some prominence to women, gynecology. Gynecology. What is gynecology? So here, there are two roots here. They are gyne and logy. Gyne and logy. So what do you mean by gyne? Gyne means woman. It is a derivative from Greek language. It is derived from the Greek language, where in Greek, gyne means a woman, and the most commonly used word, irrespective of the profession that we are talking about, the specialization we are talking about, logy means study. So what is gynecology means? Gynecology is the study of women's specialization. Gynecology is the study of ailments in the woman, especially the reproductive system and various aspects of the woman. Here, under gynecology, we will be studying. And the one who is treating the ailments of women is called as a gynecologist. A gynecologist. So, what is the suffix that we are using? So, what is the suffix also we should be knowing? What is the suffix means? A group of letters which we add at the end of the word is called as a suffix. Ician, ICIAN, electrician, musician, magician. Ician means a specialist. A specialist is called as an Ician. So it is also a Greek origin word. So here, gynecologist is the one who studies, who treats the ailments of a woman is called as a gynecologist. And if you have remembered, while we were learning about the parts of a flower, the female reproductive part of a flower is called as gynecium. The female reproductive part of a flower is called as gynecium. Sorry if my drawing is not appropriate. Yes, this complete structure is the female reproductive part of the flower and it is called as gynecium. So, gynecium is a female reproductive word, and from the gynecium word, the gynecology has come. It is a specialization where the ailments of the woman are treated. So, can we add some more words to that? Can we add some more prefixes to that? Can we add some more suffixes to that to make it much better in understanding and to learn more vocabulary? What can we add? What can we add as suffix and what can we add as prefix? Let us see to make some more words. So, firstly, I want to tell you what do you mean by fill. Fill. The other one is meso, and the third thing is let us take for our understanding phobia. These are very commonly used prefixes and suffixes. Fill and meso are most commonly used prefixes, and phobia is a suffix, most commonly used suffix. So, whatever the government job you are appearing for, if they are asking any terminology, there most probably these three roots are probably included. Any one of the three roots, one among the three roots is compulsorily, definitely included in the list. So, what does fill mean? Fill means love. Meso means hatred, and phobia is fear. Phobia stands for fear. So, if I write a word, let me say Philogyny. By using two different roots, we are trying to make some new words. So, what does philogyny mean? Philogyny means that a person who respects women, who loves women, who is very adorable toward the woman, who gives a lot of respect to the woman and who loves them is called as a philogyny. Then what do you mean by misogyny? Misogyny or misogynist also, we can say misogynist. Who is a misogynist? A person who hates women, who doesn't like to talk to women, who is afraid of women also. Okay, not completely, but he is afraid because he hates them. So if it is such a case, we can say, hey, Mr. So-and-so person is a misogynist. He is a misogynist, he doesn't like to talk to women. And if there is someone who respects women a lot and who readily offers his seat in a bus when he comes across a woman standing beside him, we can call him as a philogyny. He likes women, he loves women, he respects them. And what do you mean by phobia? As I have already told you, phobia is fear. Phobia is fear. Fear of women. They do not like to talk with women. They do not like to spend time with women. They are so much afraid that if a woman is coming towards them, those people would not like to be there. Those people would not like to stand there. They like to spend their time all alone with men. Such type of people can be called as, condition can be called as gynophobia. Gynophobia. Such a condition can be called as gynophobia. So I have gynophobia, I can't come there. If a person says that, I'm sorry, I'm not saying that. If a person says that, it means that he is afraid of women and he cannot talk with women. And this is the noun form actually. What is an adjective form of this? His gynophobic attitude always keeps him behind. His gynophobic attitude. So gynophobic can be taken as an adjective. Hope I am clear to you. If you have any doubts or if you have come across any words that includes gyne in it, try to extract the meaning out of that word, and if you are unable to do that, just drop it in the comment box. I'll be very glad, I'll be very happy to discuss and to give the meaning of that word. So this is about gyne. Gynecology, the study of women and their ailments, whatever especially the reproductive problem that they face, is called as gynecology. And I told you that the female reproductive organ of a flower can be called as gynoecium. And we can add various roots to that, like phil, meso, phobia. Not just to gyne, these roots can be added to any other words. To many words they can be added. Philogyny, one who likes women, one who admires women, one who respects women. And misogynist, the one who hates women. Who hates women, let's not discuss the reasons here. It's not the thing we are doing here. And gynophobia. What is gynophobia means? Phobia is fear and gyno is woman. Of women. Okay, so one more thing I would like to tell you. So here philo and meso are prefixes. Prefixes. Pre means before. Pre means they are used before the main word, that's why they are called as prefixes. We are fixing them before the main word, that's why it is called as a prefix. But whereas, what do you mean by a suffix? What do you mean by a suffix? A suffix is the root which is added after the word, the main word. So here, gynophobia. Phobia is a suffix here. Hope I am clear to you. If you have any doubts or if you have come across any word which is having gyne in it, you can feel free to drop it in my comments box so that I can come across that and I'll be able to explain it or discuss about it possibly in the next class. Let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is the ailments of children. So just like how women fall sick, and just like how there is a specialist who treats the ailments of women, there is also a specialist who is specially recruited, specially specialized for the treatment of children, and he is called as the pediatrician. He is called as pediatrist, or he can also be called as pediatrician. Pediatrist. So who is a pediatrist and where from this word come? Let us throw some light on that. So pedia is a word which has its roots in Greek. Yes, it has got its roots as usual, as most of the times. From Greek, this root is adopted, and pediatrist, atrist, atrist, is the one who gives a treatment, is called as an atrist, pediatrist. Okay, he gives a treatment to the children, and that's why he is called as a pediatrist. And atrist is also the word which has come from the same Greek language. Okay, so here one more thing that should be remembered is that pedagogy. 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 What do you mean by pedagogy? So many of the teachers who have done B.Ed, many of the people who have done the study of children, their behavior knows what is pedagogy. Okay, pedagogy is the method, is the study of understanding the behavior of children. It is the study of understanding the behavior of children, and here also peda has come from the Greek origin again, paidos, which means a child or children. Okay, and gogi comes from the Greek word ogagos. Okay, and actually ogagos means the one a leader who leads a person. But here what he is doing is that he is leading the child. He is understanding the child. How is he understanding the child? Once he leads the child, once he moves along with the child, he can understand the behavior of the child. And that is how this word has taken its roots from the Greek language. And now let me show you one more word which has the same ogagos or gogi in it. Demogag. What do you mean by a demogag? Who is a person? Who is a demogag? You might have come across the root demo in social. Democracy. Demos means people and cracy is rule. Demos means people and cracy is rule. Okay, so here demos is people and gag is a leader. He is a leader of people. Actually, the meaning is little different. What if that means? The people use it in a sarcastic way, the meaning of the word changes. Okay, so little bit of sarcasm is applied here, and here actually who is a demagogue means a person, a politician who uses the people for his work fulfillment. He uses them till his work is attained, and then after he'll forget about them. Let me tell you a funny definition about who is a politician. A politician is the one who shakes your hand before elections. He shakes your hand before elections and shakes your confidence after elections. A politician is a man who shakes your hand before elections and shakes your confidence after elections. So he is a demagogue. Once till the elections are over, he'll be praising you, and once after the elections are over, he'll be forgetting completely about the person. So he can be called as a demagogue. And pedagogue, a teacher. A pedagogue is a teacher. What kind of a teacher? A teacher who is very strict, who follows all the rules that are there in the rule book. He never wishes to come out of those rule book. Follow the rules strictly for everything. Such a kind of teacher can be called as a pedagogue. Okay, so here also this has come from the same root pedos, which means a child. Okay, and let's move on to the next topic. Before moving on to the next topic, let me give you some other examples like pedal. Because you should not be confusing, that's why I am giving you these words. What do you mean by a pedal? A pedal. So here it is a Latin origin word. This is a Greek origin word, but pedal is a Latin origin word which means leg. This should not be confused. This ped should not be confused with this ped. Pedal means leg here. Ped means leg, and pedal means you will be putting your legs You will be putting your legs on the bicycle when you are sitting. When you are riding a bicycle, you will be pedaling the bicycle with your legs. So as you are doing it with your legs, it is called as a pedal. And the other thing is that pedestrian. Pedestrian. The person who is walking on the pavement which is there beside the road. The pavement which is there beside the road, if a person is walking on it, such a person is called as a pedestrian. And here also you get that root ped, which means leg. So this is about the Greek pedagogy, pedestrian, pediatrist. So who is a pediatrist? He is a doctor who is proficient in treating the children. And from this we get a number of other words. This is how we do it. And the next profession after this we are going to discuss is dermatologist. A dermatologist. Who is a dermatologist? What does he do? Let's start. Dermatology. The next topic that we are going to discuss about is dermatology. What is dermatology and where are its roots? Again, it has got all its roots from Greek. So you might be wondering, many of the medical terms have their roots from Greek. It's because long back, around the 16th, 17th and 18th century, the people of Greek were very proficient in the medical field compared to the other countries who were speaking Latin, and that is the main reason why most of the words have taken their roots from the Greek language. And logy, as we have already discussed, logy means study. So here dermatology is the study of skin. Dermatology is the study of skin. So here we can apply a lot of roots to it. We can apply a lot of roots to it. Let me explain you about some of the roots. Hypo. So what is a hypo and what is an antonym? What is the antonym of hypo? Means hypo. Hyper. Just for your information, I am telling you here. Hypo means low or beneath. Hyper means above. Hyper means above. So here if I say that hypodermis, under the skin, just under the skin. So if you want to say something which is just under the skin, it can be called as a hypodermis. Like we can say hypodermal injections. Hypodermal injections, not intravenous injections. Normally if an injection is given, it is directly sent into the vein. Okay, but hypodermal injections are the injections which are just given just beneath the skin. The medicine is given into such things are called as hypodermal, just beneath. Okay, and epidermis. Epicentric, epidermal, epithelial. You might have come across this word, this root a number of times, this prefix a number of times. Epi means above or up. So the upper layer, the topmost layer, which is present on the above or such thing can be called as an epidermis, an epithelial layer. Okay, an epicentric. Epi means the outermost. Okay, that can be called as an epicentric one. Okay, and interestingly, taxidermy, or we'll say taxidermist. Who is a taxidermist and what is taxidermy? Taxidermy is a profession profession of a person who collects the skins of animals and who does business with them, who sells them. Such a person is called as a taxidermist, and such profession is called as taxidermy. The business, the selling and buying of the skin of animals is called as a taxidermy. And pachydermy. 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 What do you mean by pachydermy? Means pachy is also again a Greek origin word root which means thick, a very thick substance, material can be called as pachy. So pachydermy, the skin which is thick layered skin, the skin of hippopotamus, the skin of elephant, the skin of like animals like which live in the water, which have a a horse, water horse especially. These type of animals, they have a very thick skin, and it can be called as a pachydermy. It can be called as a pachydermy. Hope this is clear to you. And I have already told you, if you have any doubts concerned with this, please drop it in the comment section. And if you have heard any other words which have the common root dermis or epi or hypo or tachy or pachy, any word, taxi or pachy, anywhere, if you have, let's have a discussion on it in our next class, or let me explain you personally in the comment section if it is a small topic to be discussed. And that's all for the dermatology. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me. If you don't have any, let's move on to the next topic. Yes, the next topic that we are going to be discussing is ophthalmology. Ophthalmology. What do you mean by ophthalmology? What does it deal with? Is optos means eye. Again, it is from the Greek origin, eye. And the study of eye is called as an eye related problems, health issues, vision problems of eye is called as ophthalmology. Ophthalmology. And the person who treats the eye related diseases is called as an ophthalmologist. The person who is specialized in treating the eye related problems is called as an ophthalmologist. So there is also another word which is concerned with the eye. There is also another word which we use very regularly. It is called as ocular. 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 Ocular also means eye. It is also the topic which is related to the eye. You might have heard, sometimes you might have heard saying that presently it is not used, but in the olden days some people used to have a single eye lens. This is a spectacle for both the eyes, it is there, but in the olden days people used to have maybe around 100 years back or 150 years back, they used to have only one lens for one of the eye. So that is called as monocle. That is called as monocle. Ocule, ocle, monocle. Mono means single. Okay, single lens is called as monocle. What if a person, you might have used, all of you might have used a binocle. Binoculars. Okay, so what do you mean by binoculars? Or you might have sometimes used the word binocular. Ocular, binocular. What do you mean by binocular? Means bi means two, ocular. So with the help of, we have a binocular vision, uninocular vision, binocular vision. Uni means single, bi means two. Okay, so we can see with both the eyes together, and by using a binoculars, okay, two lenses together, binoculars, by using the two lenses we can get a object which is very far away from us to very near to us. We can get it very near to us. Such a thing can be called as a binoculars. And interestingly, there is one more word called as inoculate. 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 What do you mean by inoculate? Here two roots are there, in and oculate. Oculate, again it comes from ocular or ocle. Ocular or ocle means eye. Inoculate. Inoculate means if you put a smaller object, fit it perfectly inside a bigger object, that can be called as inoculation. Inoculation, not inauguration. It is called as inoculation. So I want to inoculate a strand of DNA into the cell to fix it. Okay, how we are going to do that? A small hole I am going to make, and I am going to put it. Eye hole, we call it as eye hole. So here that is the reason why we are using inoculate. In means we are putting it inside. Okay, and that is the reason we are calling it as inside. We are making a small eye hole, like a hole, and we are inserting it. That is the reason we call it as inoculate. Interestingly, insect, the common insects that we see, the bodies of insects is thrown into several foldings, several sections. Okay, sections, and those sections are towards inside. Those sections are towards inside, and that is the reason why they are named as insects. Insects they are called as. This is the reason. Isn't it interesting? We have learned it, right? We know what is an insect right from our second class or first class, maybe earlier than that, but we don't know the reason why it is called as an insect. And this is the reason why it is called as an insect. Let's move on to the next topic, metric. What do you mean by matrices or metric? Optometry. Optometry. What do you mean by optometry? What do you mean by optometry? Optometry is the measurement of our vision. Okay, whether the person is able to see with a lens which is having 1 unit or 2 unit. I don't know what the unit they use, but an optometrist is a specialized person who can measure the eye vision, and depending on that he can guide you. He can guide you a perfect lens for your eyes. He can be called as an optometrist. He measures your vision. He is called as an optometrist. Hope this is clear to you. If you have any doubts, again the same thing you should be doing, drop it in the comment section, and I'll be very glad to get your doubt clarified. And also subscribe to my channel, comment, like, and share it with your friends. The next topic after this is orthopedist. An orthopedician, orthopedist. Unlike all the other topics that we have discussed till now, this is going to be a little different one. Its origin, the way it is used is also a little different one. Orthopedist. Orthopedist. So who is an orthopedist and what does he do? Here we have already discussed about what is pedos. Pedos means child. Pedos means child. Pedist, orthopedist. Actually, orthos is also a Greek word, Greek root, which means straighten, to straighten. Orthos means to straighten. Pedist means child. Does it mean to straighten a child? No, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that straightening a child. But during 75 41 this word, 41 or 44, I'm not sure about that. During 1740s this word was first coined, and during those days the crossing of the spinal cord, the bending of the spinal cord, or little movements in the spinal cord were commonly seen in the children. And there arose a lot of people who particularly took this as a profession. Their work is to straighten the spinal cord of the children. Okay, if it is a little bent, or if there is any slight dislocation of the bones, the vertebrae. So what these people used to do means they used to straighten by using various other techniques. We need not discuss all those techniques now. So that is how this word was coined. And later on, the same people who were treating these ailments in the children, the ailments that are concerned with the spinal cord, they also started treating all the bone diseases. If there is a fracture, if there is an injury, if there is any dislocation in the bone, whatever it is, what these people used to do means they used to completely straighten them all. They used to set the bones. So the same people who used to treat the ailments in the children, they continued doing the other bone related problems, treating all the other bone related problems, even in the elderly people also, even in the old people also. Actually, the person who treats the ailments of the old people is called as a geriatrician. A geriatrician. Okay, so here these people started treating all the bone diseases, and that is how orthopedist, who is actually the person who straightens the child, turned into a specialist of bone. A bone specialist. One who treats the diseases that are concerned with the bone, one who straightens the bones, one who, if the bone is dislocated, he puts them in the order. All these things were done by the orthopedist. Okay, is that clear? Actually, the bone cells are called as osteocytes. Osteocytes. But it is not some osteologist. It's not like the osteologist or something like that. The one who treats the diseases that are concerned with the bones is called as an orthopedist. Hope I am clear to you. Yes. Let's move on to the next topic. If you have found this topic interesting, please, your subscription and your liking and your sharing will boost me up, will help me in doing much better, will help me in giving you much better education. So the next topic that I am going to be discussing here is about a very vital organ in the body. A very vital organ in the body. Your guess is right. That should be the first topic, but I have taken it till the end. Cardiologist. A cardiologist. Who is a cardiologist and what is cardiology, and where from this word has come? Let's discuss that. Cardio has again come from the Greek word which means heart. Greek root heart. And logy, you all know that. Logy is study. Logy is the study of heart. So cardiology is the study of heart, and cardiologist is the one who is specialized in treating the ailments, the diseases that are concerned with the heart. The ailments and diseases that are concerned with the heart. Mainly the heart diseases will be of various types, but whenever we hear about a heart disease, we say that heart failure, cardiac arrest. We'll say cardiac arrest, the arrest of the heart. Okay, but let me tell you, actually there are three kinds of cardiac arrest reasons: angina pectoris, atherosclerosis, and arrhythmia. Angina pectoris, atherosclerosis, and arrhythmia, which is not that important for us to discuss here. Some other time we'll be definitely discussing that topic will be moving a little deep into that. But here, cardiology, the study of heart. Cardiology, the one who is specialized in treating the heart diseases. But this is also very commonly used in our day-to-day life. There is a word which is very commonly used, like according. According. What do you mean by according? According means, or according to my feeling will be normally say according to what I feel, according to what I heard. What do you mean by according means? As of my heart. Cord means heart here. Add heart. As of what my heart says. As of what my heart says, I feel this. As of what my heart says, I think that we should not be doing this. According to me, we should not be doing this. So, such a long phrase, we are replacing it by placing according. As of my heart says. So this is clear to you. We have also a lot of words which have come from the same root, cardio, cardia, like encardinal, cardiac, many other things. Okay, and let me add one more root to this. Many roots can be added to this. Cardialgia. Cardialgia. Algia means pain. Okay, the pain in the heart can be called as cardialgia. The pain in the heart. Neuralgia. Neuralgia. Here also it is pain in the neurons. Neuralgia. Algia can be used in a number of words, in many other things also it can be used. But let me tell you analgesics. What is an analgesic and what are analgesics? Analgesics are the painkillers that we take, diclofenac, cyclofenac, or if we take a different types of morphine origin or cocaine origin or different types of drugs we take. Those drugs are acting against the pain, and is against here, algia is pain here. So as it is reducing the pain, as it is acting against the pain, as it is used to treat the person from pain, these medicines which treat the person from pain are called as analgesics. So this is clear to you. The next topic that we are going to be discussing here now is neuro. What is neuro? Neuro is something concerned with the nervous system. Okay, and neuritis or neuroses, the diseased conditions of the neuron. Neuralgia, the disease, the pain in the nervous system, in especially in the nerves, is called as neuralgia. Okay, this is some particularly concerned with the anatomical and physiological condition of the nervous system. Only of the nervous system it is concerned with. But there is another word, psych. P-S-Y-C-H-E, psych. Psych. Psych is something related to the brain. The brain diseases, the brain, if a person is unable to be normal, okay, he is unable to think normally, he is unable to remember the things now normally, he is doing abnormal things, so his psychic condition is not so good, his brain functioning is not so good. Then who is the person who treats him? Psychiatrist. A psychiatrist is a specialized person who treats the the mentally disabled person. Such a person is called as psychiatrist. Hope this is clear to you. I try to cover maximum number of topics. If you think that I failed or I forgot to talk about any particular topic, you can ping me, you can leave it in the comment section. I'll be very glad, very happy to get your doubt clarified, or I'll be very much feeling free to throw some more light on the topic that you have asked. Thanks for being here, thanks for watching my video, thanks for sparing your time. I hope this is of some use to you. Actually, it is of very much useful to you if you follow one after the other class regularly, because whatever the field you are in, whatever the profession you are in, whatever the age group you belong to, you need to have a better vocabulary. This vocabulary is not restricted to the people who are restricted to the field of medicine. This vocabulary is for all. And in my next class, I'll be coming up with a different topic. Till then, have a good day, have a good time, have good knowledgeable time ahead. But please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like it, comment it, and share with your friends. Thank you.